good, everybody? Welcome to the official 2020 live stream. Like I promised, the title of tonight's live stream is Jungle Mentality, and we're about to get in it. Um, I wish I would have started earlier, but some things came up and I kind of got set back. So I got my shades on, of course. I'm still hiding my identity, like always. I thought I would show y'all a little something, something since it's 2020, going into the new decade. I got the shades on. It's today. It's today. Today is the 10th. We said today. Um, so we're going to do the countdown, the meditation into to 12 o'clock. I don't know. We're still going to do that because it's already 11:50. I think we'll take 5 minutes before 12 o'clock and we'll say Happy New Year. Let me go ahead and type that in. Some of y'all missing. What are other people at? Y'all need to alert them. Do what you got to do. Go on Instagram. Let them know. Y'all got to do what you got to do. What are other Jags at? Y'all need to go alert the people on Instagram. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. This is our official party of coming into the new year. It's 2020. What's up, the kid Cody? What's up, Aaron Haywood, King Truly, Wolf Martin, Mike Smith? It's today, Mike Smith. It's almost tomorrow anyway. So, yo, I'll be right back. Hold on. Yo, hold up. Got my notes. Can everybody see me good? Let's let the people get in. Welcome to 2020, the Jaguar 2020. Sponsored to you by Butterfinger and Taco Bell. See how much battery life I got. Hold up, y'all. I gotta get my charger so my battery won't die. So I'm still left side, still getting everything together. My charger. Y'all talk to each other. Talk to each other while I'm getting prepared. Talk to each other. talk to each other. I'm getting ready. Get things ready. Stay tuned. Hold tight. Hold tight. In the meantime, this what y'all can do is 5 minutes to 12 o'clock. Complete silence. We're going to come into 12 o'clock in meditation. We're coming into the new year with meditation. Remember what I said. Think about everything you're trying to do this year. Meditate on it. And it's going to manifest for this year. That's what I want you to do. I want you to meditate on everything that you want to remove out of your life from 2019 going into 2020. I know I got a Ray Charles glasses on and everything, but don't worry about that. This is just to protect my identity. So go ahead, meditate on everything. It shouldn't be no more writing in the comment section. I want complete silence until 12 o'clock. Close your eyes, inhale, let out the stress from last year, and we're going to meditate into our Jaguar New Year. So it's 11:56, and at 12 o'clock, I will announce the Happy Jaguar 2020 New Year. We're doing it officially. And while you are meditating, I'm going to uh, I'm going to post the call-in number, but no calling in until I'm gonna give like a about a 30-minute dissertation, and then I'm gonna open up the phone lines and we can talk, greet everybody, you know, give our salutations for 2020 and everything. This is the first live stream for the decade, so this is special. This is the first Jaguar live stream for 2020. This is a new decade. So let me go ahead and put the let me go ahead and put the call in number. All right, they was telling me they trying to restart my computer for an update. So here's the thing. I told it to wait an hour. So if the live stream like abruptly ends, I'll just restart. So I'm just giving y'all a forewarning now. So I'm about to all right, let's do the countdown. 11:59. It's 11:59. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. I might be off a little bit. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy Jaguar New Year! This is Left Side of the Brain. Do us a favor, go ahead and hit that likes button, hit the subscribe button. We have made it into another year. Officially, this is the official 2020 live stream. So let me go ahead and put the call-in number up. Go ahead and write this number down so you won't have to ask me later in the live stream. Hold up. Boom. Live call-in number 302-803-6918. Do not call in yet. Please do not call in yet. That's the live call-in number. What we're going to do right now is roll call time. Let's see who in the house. And then we're about to get started. We're going to do I'm going to go in for about 30 minutes. I'm going to give like a 30-minute lecture. And then we're going to open up the phone lines. So let's see who's in the house. I want to shout out everybody. All right. People I see in the chat who was here from last year, which is it's very exciting to see that you are still with us. So let's see who we have in the house. We got King Truly, shout outs. Aaron Haywood, shout out. What up? Wolf Martin. The sunglasses, it's my identity. I'm Superman, right? So I have to be Clark Kent and Superman at the same time. You get what I'm saying? Um, the kid Cody, what up? Mike Smith, Wolf Martin, Mr. Nobody, King Solitaire, Treveris Jones, peace, peace. Treveris Jones says, happy 2020 Vision Jacks. That's right, that's right. The Last Crucible, King Truly, got Quantum Jumper in the house. We got Den DeJaren, OAJ Sap, Happy New Year to you as well. We got Jagan Chandraskaran. Sorry for chopping up your name. We got J Dubs. Who else we got in the house? We got Dual Solitude. We got PCAPS TV. We got Shrewd Silver in the house. What up? We got Herdep Sure Gill in the house. All right. Gotta use the restroom real quick. Hold up. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. All right. Maybe I should sit up. Let me see if I can sit up Indian style. Can y'all see me good? All right. Today's lecture, we're gonna be let's do a year in review first. We're gonna recap 2019. For me, and when you call in, you can give your personal testimonies, even the decade. Since a decade passed, I think I'm gonna do a recap of the decade, the past decade, from 2010 all the way up to the present, 2019. I mean 2020. Now, as for me, I can remember way back in 2010. I remember how I was feeling. I still remember when 2010 came. When 2010 came, I knew even then, this was even before I had the channel, way before I had the channel. I knew in 2020, in 2010 that the world was over with. I knew then that it was the cutoff point. 2010 was actually the cutoff year where the doors had shut, meaning if you wasn't already in the know by 2010, that was it. Because around that time, I used to do a lot of heavy research, and one of the things I was researching was even before 2010. How many of you have heard of the photon belt? Now, the photon belt is this wave band of energy that our solar system passed through around 2004, and we was going through that wave of energy from like 2004 up until like 2010. And in 2010, we had all but completely entered into the photon belt energy, and you could feel it. See, I was doing this stuff before there was a YouTube, before it was popular, before people was talking about woke and all that type of stuff. I don't even like to use that type of terminology because I don't like to be boxed in with everybody. I don't like to seem like I'm riding this faddish wave, like I'm following a fad or something. Because I don't do this to be popular, number one, and number two, I'm not a follower, and I'm not no pop culture woke type of individual. I don't like that type of terminology. Now, so I had already knew about the photon belt before 2010. I was already on that information, like I said, around early 2000s. I knew about the photon belt and the significance of the photon belt. And what it is, basically, during the early 2000s, the photon belt energy was conscious energy, which was supposed to be like waking up cells inside of people like myself and some of you, if you was around during that time. And I felt it. And during that time, I was starting to get more and more isolated from people. I started, you know, going more into my own personal cave. I didn't like to be around a lot of people. I'm still like that today. So, moving forward, by the time 2010 came, I was just totally shell shocked. And what I mean by that is, I had been through so much stuff that I basically felt like a Vietnam War veteran mentally because of the spiritual battles that I was undertaking inside of my own personal conscience. So by 2010, I just looked at the whole entire world as a lost cause, basically. I saw no more need of trying to express anything to anybody. I was on that selfishness thing. Like now I speak about spiritual selfishness on this channel, but for me, that started like a little before 2010 when I had really went into my own shell. And from 2010, I'm just giving you a recap of the decade up to the present. By 2010, that's when revelations they just started coming in like real fast. I started getting all type of revelations because prior to 2010, I was real heavy in meditation. How I'm sitting now, I used to do meditations. I used to do breathing exercises. I even started taking up qigong. How many of you are familiar with qigong? Well, qigong, it's a martial arts or basically an internal martial arts that deals with your chi, your life force energy. And I was like taking like qigong martial arts. I was studying breathing exercises, and I was just doing stuff from my own spiritual intuition. My spirit was basically guiding me and teaching me different type of exercises and things. So I was really on a solo journey by this time. By the time 2010 came, because before 2010, I was like I said, I was into the meditation. Like I had went on a meditation binge. I can remember like spending whole days in my room with the lights out, just closing my eyes, getting under the cover, and just going into the darkness of my mind. That's how deep I had got into it. And it really sparked a lot of inner, you know, revelations inside of me. I remember the first breathing exercise that I did. I did a series of inhales and exhales through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. And I kid you not, I remember blacking out. I remember blacking out just like this. And I fell back like this. And I realized how sensitive I was to the spiritual realm. I actually blacked out, and I got into a lot of deep stuff, man. And this was around like a little before 2010. So by the time 2010 came, left side of the brain was really on the left side. I had went far left. All right. So moving forward, by the time 2011 came, I was, doing a lot of yoga, Tai Chi. See, I never told y'all about this. I have studied all of those things. I don't speak about a lot of that stuff on my channel because my channel, as you know, I deal in the human prison bar information. That's what I'm used by the spirit to do. So, yeah, feng shui, Nick Gotti, yes. Even feng shui, yes. And I can get into that as well. Like all of that stuff. I was up on I was up on a lot of that. So by 2011, I had got deeper into it, right? And I started doing a lot of writing, started doing a lot of journaling, and around 2012, that's when I really actually I got into the human prison bar information around, y'all know what? I got in that human prison bar information around, I want to say like 2006. But this was before I was writing the information down. This was around 2006. I just knew it. And I used to visit certain websites and I would read certain information and the information would just click to me. I would be like, I know exactly what they're saying and I know what they're saying is right because I've been feeling this. And a lot of the things that I was discovering around along the way, it was more like confirmation because it was like I would read these things and it would be like a synchronicity or a confirmation. It would be right on time, dealing with what I was going through and what I was thinking about at the moment. And then I would come across this information and I would say to myself, I knew it. I wasn't the only person thinking about this. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Take this the wrong way, but it was a period where I was even studying the occult. The occult. I read up on Luciferianism. See, you can't be afraid of things. I was never a Satanist, but I've read up on some of the information because, you know, and I'm gonna be honest, some of the occult information, it was some of it was right and exact. I didn't agree with everything, but some of it, it was a confirmation. Now I can go deeper into it, but that'll take a lot of time. I'm just giving you a brief recap of the decade of my spiritual growth into our present channel and the information that we own right now. So one of the websites that I used to visit, it was this website called 666 Black Sun. I don't know how many of you have heard about that, but this website was called 666 Black Sun. And on that website, they had all these different like meditations for each one of your chakras, for your base chakra, all the way up to your pineal gland chakra. And I studied this information. And I would actually do the meditations. I got real heavy in it. So fast forward, by 2012, Left Side of the Brain, I was publishing some writings. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all, even before like 2010, I even had an organization. I had an organization by the name of the National Black Front. And what front meant, what front stood for was forever reaching out nationwide together. Now, during that time before 2010, I skipped this part, so I'm just having to tell you. Um, I was on the pro-black type of information. I was into the save the black people. I was into all of that. I was like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I used to be like, the white man is the devil, and save the black people, and I used to do all of that. This was during the early 2000s, and in the 90s, I was on that Black Power stuff. But as I continued to study and as I continued to grow, I grew out of that. So now my Black Power is, y'all know what? Darkness. We talk about darkness. And that was nothing but the spirit which led me to understand that this thing goes beyond black and white. It goes beyond race. But if I had stayed in that old way of thinking that everything was about race and black and white, I would be lost like a lot of these people that's out here today. And that's why when you see on my channel, that's why you see on my channel now, we talk about spiritual racism. You see? Because I evolved. Because I started realizing that even within the black race, I started seeing a lot of devils. I was saying to myself, this person's supposed to be my brother and whatnot, but I can tell that something ain't right about this person. And all of that enlightenment, it pushed me into the present path that I'm on right now. The left side of the brain information that we have on the channel. So by 2010, 2011, 2012, I had separated from a lot of the things that I used to hold so tight, like far as the things that I had learned. I started to grow from those things. Now I'm not neglecting anything that I learned because everything is just part of the process. If it wasn't for those things, I wouldn't have made it to the point that I am, now. So if it wasn't for those things, I wouldn't be right here today telling you the information that I teach now. So that's why we don't, throw our past away. We learn from it. It's a stepping stone, for the present. So by 2012, I was a brand new person. And my number was 33. I used to always see 33 popping up everywhere around me. Like I would buy something from the store, right? And if I was thinking about something and I needed an answer, I would look on my receipt and the thing that I purchased, it came up to like 1033. And I would be like, wow, this is a confirmation. I would start seeing the number 33 everywhere. Like whenever I needed an answer or somebody would like, I'll buy something and I would get 33 cents worth of change back. And that would be my confirmation. So by 2013, well, I can't say everything because I don't want to reveal everything. But anyway, by 2013, I have reached my pinnacle to the man that I am now. So by 2013, I was at the pinnacle of the man that you see now. So from 2013 all the way up to 2014, 2015, by 20, I want to say about 2015, that's when the human prison bars information started coming out. That's when I started getting like the other side of the revelations. Because before that time, I was getting a lot of revelations and insights. See, everything that you hear me speak about on this channel, it's like a 10-year process. It's condensed in 10-minute videos, 2-hour live streams, but it's a decade worth of information condensed in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and whatnot. But y'all didn't see all of that other stuff, you see? But this is a process. So by 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, all of those years to me, they seem the same. It went by so fast. Like from 2013 to 2020, I don't even remember most of it. Every year just seemed the same. Like every new year that came, it just felt like another new year. Happy 2014, happy 2015, happy 2016, happy 2017. Like, can you tell the difference between 2017 through 2020? It's really no difference. I mean, the iPhone started coming out, the Samsung Galaxies, they started just upping the camera pixels just a little bit because everything was the same. Like all of the technology from like 2015 to now, it's been pretty much the same. All of the technology of the phones and everything from like basically from 2013 to now, it's been pretty much the same. The music changed. That's when all that trap music came out, that trap music sound. That's when all of that tight clothes and the tight jeans and the tattoo culture and you know the emo. Remember the emo rap period with the emo, the goth, all of that stuff started coming out like this past decade, and everything was just similar. It's like everybody just became more and more like hybrids. A lot of the originality in music and everything, it just disappeared. So that brings us to now, 2020. That brings us to now. Everything had like disappeared. I'm reading the comments now. I'm reading some of the comments now. I'm gonna give some shout outs to some new people in here in a minute. So everything just started everything just looked similar, right? So like I said, around 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, what you saw was just me, and all of those years are recorded on the channel. Go through the timeline of the channel. From 2015 up to 2020, I was just building on top of the information. So that's pretty much my recap of the decade for Left Side of the Brain. Now, and I became more and more infuriated with people, started hating people, a spiritual hate. I know that sounds funny, a spiritual hate. Like, what does that mean? Like looking at a person and saying to myself, this devil just needs to die. And that's some of the energy that I'm bringing in 2020 that I want you to absorb. But we're not talking about going out physically harming anybody. We're just going to sit back and watch it take place. We're going to sit back and watch these people start dropping like flies because their time is up. I was saying before 2020, in my mind, in my world, I've always been light years ahead of other people. This past decade, I had out of body experiences and everything. I've had a couple out of body experiences. I told y'all about the time when I actually astral projected into outer space. I wouldn't even call it astral projection. My soul actually flew out of my room window and I went all the way up into outer space. And I actually did a video on it on my channel because some of y'all might be new, but if you go back on my channel, I actually did a live stream about it. And I kid you not, if I'm lying, God kill me right now. So that's how serious I am about it. I went outer space, out of my room window. This was just last year. So the spirit has showed me that everything I'm saying is real. I remember it clear as day. I'll never forget. And it happened so fast, and I traveled so many miles, and like in a span of seconds, it felt like I just traveled billions and billions of light years. I still remember it was like boom, and all I seen was stars. I seen planets, and then I looked back at the Earth. And for all of those who be saying that the Earth is flat, they lying to you. I have a first-hand eyewitness account that the Earth is not flat. The Earth is round. It's a sphere. I've seen it for myself. I looked back at the Earth. It was round. It was just like a globe that you will see in your classroom, in your geography class. The white clouds were surrounding it, and I saw the blue ocean water. And the further I went away, the smaller the Earth became. I looked to my right, and I seen the sun. But when I was out in the cosmos, I actually saw what they call solar projections, solar flare projections coming up off the sun. It was like flames. I saw like the gas clouds or the nebula clouds. And what's funny is stars are so far away that even when I was out of space, they still look like little dots in the distance. That's what the stars look like. They still look like little dots in the distance. I saw other planets other than Earth as well. That was the most spectacular thing that has ever happened to me in my life. And I tell people about it and they don't believe me sometimes. But it's cool. I know what I seen. I went out of space. And during that moment, I had this feeling, right? I felt sorry for God. And you're probably saying to yourself, what you mean by that? You felt sorry for God? Because I finally felt how meaningless everything that I held on to in this life. When I was out in outer space, none of what was taking place on Earth mattered. Nothing that you hold dear to in your life. When I was doing that, when I was in outer space, none of that mattered to me. It didn't mean anything. I wasn't thinking about my family. I wasn't thinking about no girl. I wasn't thinking about no job. I wasn't thinking about no rent. I wasn't thinking about what I'm gonna eat. I wasn't thinking about what clothes I'm gonna wear. I wasn't thinking about what shoes I'm gonna wear. I wasn't thinking about what I'm gonna do next week, what I'm gonna do tomorrow. None of that mattered. It was all left behind on Earth. And then I had this feeling. I said, God must be lonely. That's what I said to myself. I said, God must be lonely because there was nothing out there but just nothing. It was just empty space and nothing mattered. Until you experience something like that, you would never know what I'm speaking about. It's like nothing mattered out there. You look back on the earth, you don't see people. You just saw a round globe with white clouds and blue water. Nothing mattered. I said, God must be real lonely. I felt sorry for God. And even still, when I was out of space, I still felt a higher presence of something. But it was like that something was like inside of me, but at the same time, it was outside of me. It was controlling me, but yet it was inside of me. It was above me, but yet it was inside of me. That's how I felt. That's the best way I can explain it. So then I willed myself. I was like, God, I was like, I'm ready to go back. I said, send me back. But before I could even form the question of sending me back, that's when I started to descend. I traveled back. I started traveling back through what I like to call space and time. So I was traveling back, and then when I was coming back, I came back into the Earth's atmosphere, and then I went underground. And I said to myself, I said, "Oh God, please don't be showing me what hell is like." This is exactly what I said in my conscience on my return. I said, "God, I hope you're not showing me what hell is like." I said, "I'm not trying to see that, God. Please don't show me." But I still went underground. And under the earth's surface, you want to know what I saw? I saw a series of caves, and it was a luminescent light that was down there. It was, and the color of the light, it was like it was like a purple mixed with like a pink, like a purplish pinkish type color. And it was just caves up under there. It's a world under the ground. And so after that, I came back to my body and I woke up. I was like, wow. And I'm telling you this because that's the greatest thing that happened to me in the past decade. Because we're doing a recap. So now, and everything that I told you in 2019, those were all of the revelations that I was getting for 2019. So now, here comes 2020. And now we're about to get into the meat of tonight's lecture. And then after that, I'm going to go for about 20 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes. And then we're going to open up the phone lines and everybody can start calling in. But, and so far we've been on for almost an hour now. But I want to give you a warning. My computer might restart in an hour. No, in about 30 minutes. So if we get shut down, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna restart the live stream. Don't go anywhere. Um, Give me 1 second. I'm about to get some water, and then we're gonna start the lecture for 2020, the first live stream lecture of the decade. I'll be right back. Y'all talk to each other. I'm about to get some water. Y'all talk to each other. All right. So before we get started into the ninth lecture, we just got done with a recap of the decade before our new decade. So let's see who we got in the house now. Have I missed anybody? All right, we got some new people. Got some new people in the house. I want to shout out the new people we got in here going into the second half of tonight's live stream. Ibrahim, Ismail, welcome to the new year. We got 100,000 romance. Who else? Who else did we miss? Ben Travels in the house. What's good? What's good? Um, Ghost Rider Music. What up? Jaguars up. I'm sure was good. We got one female in the house. I'm sure that's what's up. Um, we got Blind Assassin was good, man. What up? Who else? Who else came in? Y'all a little late, but you're still here, so that's good. Who else in here? Did I say Ben Travels? What up? Info Finder. What's good? Jaguars up. Agnes. Agnes Nagy. What's good? Sam Raven in the house. What up, Sam? Me and Sam, we talk a lot. Yeah, Sam, I know. You told me you would come tonight. It's all good. You just came back from work. That's what's up. Prince Sombra, I know, man. You told me that you would come. It's all good. Do I need to repost the call-in number? I'll do that later. We about to get into the subject matter for tonight. Now, tonight's topic is jungle mentality. Now, why do I say jungle mentality? Because going into 2020, and I wrote some of my notes right here. This is just the back of a receipt paper. But I was in the car and I just jotted some stuff down. Y'all see? So, jungle mentality. Why do I title tonight's topic jungle mentality? Because we live amongst animals. It's simple as that. I told y'all that we live amongst animals. These are human creatures or animals in human form. That's what we live amongst. These human prison bars are not human beings. I know all your life you've been taught to believe they're human beings, but they are not. It's only a handful of real humans that exist. The rest of those people, those things, they form the human prison bar system to keep us locked in. So basically, we like food to them, and they like the stomach muscles and the digestion juices and the enzymes that's around us, and their purpose is to break us down mentally, spiritually, and physically. So basically, they devour us. To them, they are consumers, and we are what they consume. You get what I'm saying? It's the food industry in the spiritual sense. We are spiritual food to them, which brings something to mind that I jotted down. It's like you got to understand something like going into 2020. See, every morning that you walk outside of your house, this is what I want you to do. Do a creative visualization. Imagine that you are a dollar bill. Now, I want you to, in your mind, I want you to grow arms on this dollar bill, and I want you to grow legs on this dollar bill, and put your face on that dollar bill. Put a nose, a mouth, a ears, nose, mouth, ears, a head. Now imagine you a dollar bill. This is you. You're a dollar bill. You walk outside of your house, and all around you is what? You got people that's trying to do what? They trying to get you, they trying to get you to spend, because you're a dollar bill. They trying to get you to spend something. So what am I saying? Our life is just a revolution of, well, we are the center of the world that's revolving around us, that's spinning around us. But we are money to them. We just something that they can parasite from. The parasitical nature of the human prison bar system is to just take from you. Like I said, breaking you down like enzymes in the stomach. Now they just want you to spend. Remember, you're a dollar bill. When you walk outside of your house, all you see is billboards, McDonald, McDonald billboards, gas station billboards. Somebody is constantly trying to sell you something. It's the sales revolution. Spending. They just want you to spend. You get a connection. The universe, the earth is spinning, and all they want you to do is spend. You get it? Spin and spend. That's all they want you to do. You just this all you is to them. Just paper. Your whole life to them is paper. They don't care about you. You just paper. That's why you got a paper birth certificate. You just paper and ink to these people. When you die, your death certificate, it'll just be paper and ink. Just like that money you spend, it's paper and ink. Everything you learn in school is just paper and ink. Your history books, paper and ink. Your religious books, paper and ink. Everybody you read about, you never met them personally. You know George Washington through what? Paper and ink. You learn about Christopher Columbus through what? Paper and ink. You learn about Jesus Christ through what? Paper and ink. His words are written in red. They say the words of Jesus, when you open up your Bible, everything that Jesus said is red, right? They write it in red. Paper and ink. You see what I'm saying? So imagine yourself as a dollar bill, and every time you go outside, they trying to take some of that dollar from you. Look, they're just trying to take a little bit from you. That's it. They don't see you as spirit, soul, and body. They see you as currency. You see? So that's why they say you. Hey, you. I'm talking to you. Now, it's deep what I'm saying. Hey, you. Listen to what I'm saying. Hey, you. Hey, you over there. Hey, you. It's a secret code in somebody saying, hey, you. And you know what that secret code is? The periodic table, the element of the sun is AU. That's the elemental, that's the, on the periodic table, the sun, the element for sun is gold, which is AU, the AU symbol. So that's why they call us U, because you are currency to them. And the sun represents gold. You get what I'm saying? So you represent gold. The sun, AU, you, the sun, the gold connection. You see the connection? And all they want you to do is spend money, gold, coins, AU. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You see the secret code in it? That's the metaphysics behind it. Gold. That's right, Riot. Forever gold. Yes. They see you as gold. They see you as money. They see you as currency. That's it. They just want you to spend. Every 15 feet in this world, there is a business. There's some type of business that exists. Either a gas station, the drugstore, the Walmart, the convenience store. Think about it. Go up your city block in your mind. Every 10 to 15 feet, somebody's selling you something. Somebody's selling Italian ices. Somebody's selling cheesesteaks. Every 15 or so feet, somebody is selling you something. That's what it's all about. And that's why I call it the sales revolution. Because they're revolving around you and you just money to them. They're just trying to take from you. You just paper and ink to these people. That's it. You numbers written in ink on a sheet of paper. You have no personal identity that means anything in the human prison bar realm. Y'all get what I'm saying? There is no individual you to them in a human prison bar realm. You're just another inmate. You just soul food. See what I'm saying? So basically, and this is another thing you got to understand. In this jungle mentality, you can't be shocked over the things that I'm telling you right now. You can't be shocked when you hear like bad news reports about today in the news, a plane went down and 100 people were killed. Today in the news, 3 innocent people were shot walking up the street. Today in the news, there was a hit and run. A man hit a pedestrian on a bicycle and he kept going. Today in the news, there was a bank robbery and 2 of the bank tellers were shot in the head. You can't get shot over this stuff because that's what you got to start telling yourself. You live in a jungle, so you got to have that jungle mentality. See, when people say things like, nothing don't surprise me, man. When people say things like, "Oh, how could they do this?" or "How could they do that?" I can't believe uh, such and such did this. I can't believe he said this. I can't believe he did that. Those type of people, you know why they are in such disbelief? Because it's their way of tricking themselves, or they are naive to the fact that the people who are committing these acts are animals. You see, the only reason why you call yourself a human, because I was thinking about this today, the other day, I was saying, what makes a human a human? Have you ever thought about that? What makes a human a human? Is it because I got arms, legs, a head, arm, leg, arm, head? A monkey got arm, leg, arm, head. So what makes a human a human? So the reason why these people are saying this, the reason why they're so shocked when they hear certain news is because they themselves, they naive. And they fell for the trick that everybody that you see can be saved, everybody that you see have a soul. So when somebody does something bad, they wasn't supposed to do that because of course they have a soul just like I have a soul. They have a conscience, or they should have a conscience, just like I have a conscience. So how could such and such do this? How can they do that? Because they still under that false reality that every human has a soul and everybody is good because they under that illusion of sane. Remember, we spoke about the illusion of sane. Similar activities manifesting everywhere. So they figure that because this person is shopping just like I'm shopping, they must have the same type of conscience as me. That's an illusion. it would be almost like this. If you saw a chimpanzee driving down the street in a car and he pulls up next to you at the green light and you look at him and he look at you and you nod at him like this, like, what's up? And if he did it just like you, that's gonna make you say, oh, because this chimpanzee is driving a car and because he nodded his head like that saying what's up, he's no longer an animal. No, stupid, it's a chimpanzee. He's just doing something similar to you. So you see what I'm saying? So that illusion of same tricks a lot of people into taking people for face value, looking at the next human and saying to yourself, because he doing the things that I do, he wouldn't do something that I wouldn't do. He wouldn't go off on the deep end and shoot up 20 people because he's in the store just like me. So he should have a conscience just like me. But that's not the case. Everybody don't have a soul. Can't take people for face value. You see what I'm saying? The separation, to answer that question I asked earlier, what makes a human a human? The separation is in the knowledge that we speak about on this channel. That's the only thing that you can say separates man from animal. Being able to see through the the encagement of this human prison bar zoo, this human prison bar realm, that's the only thing that separates you from them. That's the only thing that separates us from them, the united souls from the trivial humans establishing mayhem, what we call them. That's the only thing that separates you. Because if you don't know that, then you're going to fall for the illusion of same. Because they dress the same, because they got the same shades, because they got the same hairdo, because they got the same shoes, because their kids go to the same school, as my kids, we're all the same. No, 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 no. You can't go into 2020 with that same mentality and think you're gonna last. You're not. Telling y'all, you gotta put on that jungle mentality. You see, the jaguar, he has that jungle mentality. That's what we are, jaguars. You in the jungle, and you know that in the jungle, like deer, you see deer out in the wild, they always on point. Cause they don't trust nothing. Because they got the jungle mentality. Just like an animal, you are an animal too. So you got to have that jungle mentality going into 2020. You see, humans, because your mind is more sophisticated than an animal, they will come at you in more sophisticated ways. But the end game is the same. The end game, just like an animal hunting in the wild, the end game is just to capture you. But they're just going to do it in a more sophisticated way. Instead of them just jumping up from behind like a cougar or a mountain lion and just biting you in the neck, they're going to do what? They're going to stab you in the back. That's their form of jumping up from behind like a mountain lion and biting you in the neck. They're going to gossip behind your back. That's their form of hunting. They're going to gossip and they're going to be backbiters, backstabbers. They're going to be deceitful. They're going to be one way in your face and another way behind your back. This is how the human animal participate in the food chain. And ultimately, they can kill you too physically. You see, a dog out in the wild, he'll dump your trash over because he's just trying to survive. He just shifting through your trash to see what you got to eat. That's all he want. He ain't trying to sabotage you in the public arena. He ain't trying to throw mud on your name. But a human, because we are the highest form of the social apes, we go to the next degree because we live in a world that's based upon more than just food, like the animals. We're a different breed of animal. Don't get me wrong, but in our animal kingdom, it requires status. We we have the highest cognitive ability amongst the other animals. We can build skyscrapers. We can fly planes. We can do all of these things. We got a greater cognitive ability than them. And because our brains are more sophisticated, and because we have a higher soul than the animals, the plight that they have for us is more in stock. You know, they trying to ultimately they eating at soul. The animal, he just want meat. He just want to tear meat off bones. The human prison bar animal, he trying to devour your soul. So the way they come at you is more sophisticated. See, the animal out in the jungle, he only got one way. He gonna sneak behind a tree, and when you're not looking, he's going to attack. You know what he's out for. But the human animal, they got so many other tricks up their sleeve. You never know what they trying to do. He might be trying to take your wife. He might be trying to get you fired from your job. Animals not that sophisticated. They don't come in all these different ways. They just got one camouflage, and that's it. The human camouflage is his camouflage. See, the animal camouflage is this. The regular animal camouflage is this. The human animal camouflage is he coming, he coming like a charlatan. He's coming with all these deceptive word games. He know how to knock on your door like a salesman. The dog that's dumping your trash over, he not gonna do all of that. That's why you gotta watch the human animal more so than you gotta watch the wild animal in the jungle. Y'all get what I'm saying? You gotta put on that jungle mentality. Street smarts. You see what I'm saying? Because they watching you. Just like in the jungle. You got lions who be looking at zebras behind the tall grasses. The zebra, they don't always know that the lion is watching them. Just like when I'm out in public, people is always watching you. These HPBs, they can detect. They know what prey is. They be preying on certain people. Like myself. They'll see somebody like me and they'll prey on me because I'm different. See, they don't want to eat each other. They not cannibals like that. They want to eat some of your flesh because you are the united soul. They live off of the flesh of us, united souls. Get what I'm saying? We what they want to eat. We got the fresh blood. Our blood is the fountain of youth to them. That's another secret. The more godly you are, that's why evil people like to come around you because they live off of sucking your blood like vampires. The fresher your blood, the more spiritual you are, the more life they get from fucking with you. It adds 10 years on to their life just by them fucking with you. That's why you got to learn how to and now we're going to get into the second phase of the discussion. Just how I said, I'm gonna piggyback off what I just said. They live off of fucking with you. And that's why you got to learn the mental aspect of the us versus them, the secret wars. See, our war is fought in the mind. The battlefield is the mind. When people looking at you, they casting spells. through their eyes. Here lately, when I'm out in public, I'll be talking to myself, man. I'll be edifying myself. People might look at me and think I'm crazy, but I'll be mumbling like this. I'll be like, yeah, I'll be seeing people and stuff. I'll be like, this motherfucker ain't right, man. Shit, man. I'll be singing and I'll be doing stuff like that because you gotta do that. You just by you speaking those positive words around you, you just put a little aura around you. That's how you gotta walk through this thing, man. It's a minefield. And I just be talking to myself, mumbling under my breath and stuff, because you can't trust none of these people. You see? But at the same token, I have learned to appreciate the enemy. And I'm gonna tell you why. I was talking to myself today, and the spirit was showing me cinnamon twist, Taco Bell. I was talking to myself, right? And I was saying to myself, I was thinking about women, right? And I was saying to myself, you know what, left side, you gotta appreciate, you gotta appreciate every woman. And I see we got a lot of men in the house tonight, so this is for you. You gotta appreciate women. I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why you gotta appreciate women is because they make you a better man. And why I say that is this: when you're dealing with women, HPB females, when a woman give you an attitude or she look at you funny, or if you try to approach a female and she try to like, you know, play you or whatever, she try to curb you or look at you like you ain't worth shit, that's making you stronger. Because when you don't let it get to you, you become more uh, invincible to the negativity that they'll throw at you. You see what I'm saying? So you will the more it happens, the less it will be able to fuck with you. The more you don't give into it, the less emotional you are about it. Because in this human prison bar realm, as it relates to men, females will be used as one of their biggest tools and one of their biggest weapons. And I'm going to tell you why. Because men have two primal needs: food and sex. These two primal urges is what motivate men to do everything that they do. Because men are hunters by nature, and we got testosterone, so we're going to be horny by nature. You're going to want to fuck. But to do one of those two, you got to be a certain type of man for that female to accept you. So one of your primal urges, the food part, you can get that with no problem. But the sexual part, that female, she's going to give you a hard time, especially when you're not one of them, when you're not like the HPBs, when you don't fit the so-called status quo of what a male should be in 2020. Then they gonna look at you funny, and they ain't gonna want to give you no pussy, and they gonna say you strange and you weird. Yeah, they gonna do all of that stuff. And you gonna see them with certain kind of men who opposite of you, and you gonna be saying to yourself, why would she be with a man like that? You know why? Because that man is the devil, just like she is the devil. And the devil is using her to try to make you feel bad about yourself. I go through that. I know some of you go through that. But the Spirit told me today, you have to appreciate the woman, even the HPB female. She's making you stronger. And then it's a mental aspect to it. Once she see that she can't make you fold, guess what she gonna do? She gonna bow down before you. Because if she can't make you fold, she gonna start looking at you like the alpha. See, all of these women are pretty much the same. They just they just gonna test you, and if you fail, guess what? You show your weakness. You can't get emotional with these women going into 2020. And I know I'm just saying that because for men, that's one of the things they're gonna come at you with in this HPB realm. Because women are used to, like I said, they control the atmosphere. That's why. That's why you ever been to the club? They let the women in free, and they know the men gonna come. It ain't a party without the women. It's not a strip club without a female on a stripper pole. You see what I'm saying? They control the atmosphere. And in that controlling the atmosphere, they will control you if you let them. So what I'm saying is you can't let them bend your emotions and have you doing things that you wouldn't normally do. You see what I'm saying? So you have to appreciate them because they are a test that you must pass. How you deal with a female and how your dealings with a female affects you lets you know what kind of man you are. If you deal with a female and she gets you all down and everything, you ain't a real man. But if you deal with a female and she throws some bullshit at you and you just sit back and laugh at it, it don't take you off your square, you still holding your shoulders high, head still held up high, you're a real man. And when she see that, guess what? She gonna bow down to you. And if she don't bow down, it don't even matter. She can just go, she can go ahead, disappear, die as far as we care. That's another part of the jungle mentality. You can't be afraid to just say to hell with them. You gotta have that type of mentality. You gotta be able to turn and leave things behind in a split second and keep moving forward. Just like in the jungle, if you had a heavy backpack and it was wearing you down, you got to remove some of that weight so you can continue up the path. You see what I'm saying? Because going into 2020, for you men, these women, they can only do two things. They either going to A, submit to you, or B, you're going to get off your path and you're going to follow them. You're going to follow them and you're going to get off your path, which is headed to your destiny. See, that's the only thing a woman can do when she comes into your life. She's either going to submit to your program and assist you in your efforts to be the better man that you can be, or you're going to follow after her and be feminine. You won't be a man, you're going to be a feminine female, just like all of these other men out here who these women be talking about, like these men that you see her with, you'll be one of them. The feminine men who are really females in a masculine body. That's what most of these men are today. They women inside of a masculine body. And the only reason why they get together is so they can come together and have these demonic babies. You see what I'm saying? That's all these couples you see out here when they not on this type of information. Who saw that video I did and I pointed the camera at this couple and I said that's a demonic couple. When you got a man and a woman together and they not on this type of information, the only thing they are creating is demonic babies. Those demonic babies are just another extra in a human prison bar realm. They're gonna grow up to keep you down. Because guess what? You might be 30 right now, you might be 20 right now, you might be 40 right now. But guess what? When you get 80, somebody that's 10 years old right now, they're gonna be the new 30-year-old. They're gonna be the ones out in public dictating things. Right now, they look like an innocent kid, but that innocent child is gonna grow up to be another human prison bar. They'll be driving behind you, and they're gonna be the new policeman telling you, sir, pull over, and writing you a ticket. So you can't even take kids for granted. Right now, they in the infant stage, but pretty soon they're gonna grow up under the same programming that you grew up under. And guess what? They're gonna be riding behind you, dictating you, and trying to tell you what to do. And as we move forward in this decade, guess what? It's only getting worse. And what I mean by that is, it's more of them than us. See, I don't have any kids, but them human prison bars, they dropping babies like this. They constantly dropping babies. See what I'm saying? So by them having so many babies and we not having that many children, guess what? It's going to get worse. See, right now we still got some freedom of speech left. Pretty soon, you already see what YouTube is doing. They censoring like crazy. They demonetizing people channels. They even took my channel down. They watching everything. They don't want this type of message to get out. But guess what? We still standing. We still here. That's right. They don't want us here. But guess what? Without us, they don't exist. You see what I'm saying? We're going to always be here because truth doesn't play out. See, the lie, it'll fade out. Truth will always be in style. That's why when you listen to the radio, classic music, it feels like it came out yesterday. You still groove to it, still dance to it. You know why? Because it's real. Real music don't play out. Because it's real. But music like Megan Thee Stallion, that type of music, she won't even be heard of 6 months from now. Next year, by this time, you can't play that kind of music 10 years from now because it's not real. It's fake. So what I'm saying is they want to get rid of us, but we are real. We classic music. They can't get rid of us. They need us. They need us to throw a party. You see what I'm saying? You can't do an old school party with new school music. The only reason why they can have old school parties is because the old school left classic music that never gets old. So the same with us. They can't get rid of us because if they did, they can't have no party. This world revolves around us. This world is a lie. And in order for there to be a lie, guess what? The truth came before the lie. So lies are a byproduct of the truth. You get what I'm saying? A lie can exist, it can't exist by itself. In order for there to be a lie, there first had to be the truth. So what does that tell you? Lies exist because a truth exists that came before the lie. So the devil, he's a liar. God is the truth. So the devil came after God. So in order for the devil to have any significance, there must be truth, all right? So the battle is truth versus lies, parasites versus the thing that the parasite is feeding from. And that's who we are. So that's why I don't worry about them getting rid of the truth and everything, because they can never do that. It'll always be here, no matter how much they try, because you can lock my body up, but my mind is free. You can't put shackles around my mind. You can't take away what I didn't steal. You see what I'm saying? You can't take away what you didn't give me. They can throw us in prison, torture us, burn us, do everything. You can never undo the soul that received the right information. You can't undo that information. You see what I'm saying? So so with this jungle mentality, you can't you can't look at this world like them. You can't be like, "Oh, I can't believe this happened." Yes, believe it happened because these are animals, okay? So in 2020, when you're walking outside, you got to say to yourself, I remember what Left Side of the Brain was saying. These are animals. I don't care if you're in New York City, Philadelphia, Seattle, Washington, you are surrounded by animals. Anchorage, Alaska, Los Angeles, California, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I don't care where you at. Toronto, Canada, England, Russia, Africa, wherever you may be. It's going to be human prison bars that make up the majority of the population wherever you go. Because every prison has more bars and bricks than the inmates inside of the prison. Look at your house. It has more bricks and windows and metal beams and the wood frame. It has more parts that put the house together than the occupants in the house. And that's how the human prison bar realm is. It's more of them than us. See what I'm saying? So going into 2020, I want y'all to have that jungle mentality. We in the jungle, we in the wild. This is why this happened. This is why America is going in war with Iran. I hear people now, why is Trump going to war with Iran? Are you stupid? In a world of 7.2 billion people, you think that's not going to be war? You got 7.2 billion people on this planet, and you think it's not going to be war? Where you think we living? You think this is heaven? I mean, some stupid people out here. All around you, wars taking place 24/7. It's always going to be war on this planet. I mean, and people who say things like that, they trying to fool themselves because they trying to trick themselves into believing that human beings are like these very high spiritually evolved creatures when in reality we not. The only reason why you call yourself a human is because your whole life somebody told you that you was better than an animal, that God made, but he specially made you. That's why you think all of that. But when you look at all the things that humans do, It's totally opposite of what you've been taught your whole life. They've had concentration camps. They've had the slave trade. They've had nuclear bombs dropped. They have millions of abortions every year. Millions of people kidnapped. People come up missing. People found dead. We kill constantly. And you still got the nerve to believe that a human being is all of this spiritually evolved fairy tale, whatever you believe, which is not what we are. We are because of the information, but them, that's not what they are. When you in crowds of people, they fight over food, they fight over being the first in line to get inside of a concert. They have stampedes at soccer games. People are wild, man. All it takes is one triggering of somebody's emotions for something bad to happen. That's why you got to watch yourself when you're in crowds. All it takes is one event to trigger people into a stampede. I'm telling you, we share everything in common with animals. We have sex. We share everything in common with the mammal. We warm blooded, we have sex, and we give birth to live young. We breastfeed, we do the whole nine. The only thing that separate us from animals, like I said, the human being, he thinks about the afterlife and he questions whether or not there is a God. That's it. Other than that, most of these knuckleheads, they don't even think about that. Especially if you are atheist. If you are atheist, shit, you really an animal. You don't believe in God. You just exist. You don't believe nothing is wrong or right. You just live like an animal. If you don't know the human prison bar information, you lost, man. And this is 2020, and nobody else is going to get it. This is the year of. I want to read something I wrote. Give me 1 second, and then we're going to get into calling into. Then we're going to get into calling in, but I want to read something I wrote. All right, it's 2020. It's no more time for explaining, only time for doing, no more time for saving others. It's only time for escaping and saving oneself. No more time for questions. You should already know the answers by now. 2020 is the year of no looking back. Did y'all get that? I'm gonna read it again. It's 2020. It's no more time for explaining, meaning you don't have to explain yourself to nobody no more. It's no more time for explaining yourself to people. It's time for doing. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. It's time to apply everything we learned in the previous decade, everything we learned on the Left Side of the Brain channel from 2019, 2018, and 2017. It's time to apply the information. No more time for questions. I mean, questions within our community is fine. I'm talking about no more time to be answering questions from them. No more time to answer their questions as to why you choose to live the life you live. You see, you should already know the answers to why you live this life. And 2020 is the year of no looking back. That's what it is. Simple as that. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. And right now, I'm about to open up the phone lines. So let me put my number up. I'm about to open up the phone lines. If you haven't donated to the channel, you can donate. I'm gonna put a donation up. That's how you can donate. You can donate www.patreon.com/leftsideofthebrain. You want to help the channel out, or you just want to give a love offering to Left Side of the Brain, I'll appreciate it. I don't even ask for money. Have y'all noticed that? I'm one of the few channels on YouTube. I don't even do super chats. I'm gonna start doing super chats, but have y'all noticed that my channel hasn't been about money or anything? A few people have donated. I don't even ask for money like that. But I still leave it open because by blessing me, by blessing the channel, you already know you're gonna get a blessing in your life. And I'm not trying to be like a minister on TV. If you give money to a movement like this, one of the best channels on YouTube, not one of the best. Who else on YouTube is doing a official 2020 coming into the new year live stream like this? You're not going to find this nowhere else in the world. Nowhere else in the world is anybody doing this. Nowhere in this world. Come on now. Come on. Consider yourself the chosen ones. Consider yourself the chosen ones to be here tonight. Let me put the number up. Write this call in number down because y'all gonna keep asking me. Y'all gonna keep asking me. And if you call in, have your question ready. If you just want to edify the people, if you just want to say something, that's fine too. I want to give everyone a chance to call, so I'm gonna try to limit your phone call to like 2 minutes, about 2 minutes, because I want everybody to get a chance. So I'm about to put the number up. Y'all see the number 302-803-6918, the call in number. 302-803-6918. You can donate www.patreon.com/leftsideofthebrain. Our email, leftsideofthebrain2 at gmail.com. You can send emails. And our Instagram at leftsideofthebrain2. Anybody want to call in? Speak to us, you live. This left side of the brain. Yeah, can y'all hear him? Put one in the comment if you can hear him. Can you hear him? Say mic check. Can y'all hear him? And when y'all call in, talk real loud so everybody can hear you. Can you hear him? Can you hear the caller? Go ahead and talk. Some people saying no. Uh-huh. All right, thank you, caller. So you saying like the play on the word days of the week and days? So oh, I get it. I get it. I got you, caller. Thanks for calling in. I'm gonna break that down to them. That makes a lot of sense. What's your name so I can shout you out? Right. Right. I appreciate you too, caller. What's your YouTube name? All right. All right, Jack. Put it in the chat, and I'm gonna respond about what you just said. Thanks for calling, man. All right. Peace out. All right.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
You on live? You on live? Doing good. Let me ask you something before you say anything. Could you hear the last caller? Could you hear him speaking? Okay. When I held the phone up like to the speaker, could you hear it? All right. Before I speak to you, I promised the first caller that I would break down what he had said. Basically, if y'all didn't get what he said, he was talking about the weekdays. So basically, he decoded week and days, meaning that people are walking around week and in a daze. That's deep. Did y'all get it? Week days, WEEKDAYS. But how he broke it down was weak as in WEAK, the weak people walking around in a daze. That's deep, yeah. All right, caller, what's your name?
Yeah, like a super, you mean, right?
Yeah, what's your name?
Norbert.
Robert?
Norbert.
Wilbert?
Norbert. Norbert.
Norbert. All right.
All right.
All right, what you want to say to the Jaguar fam?
Well, there are a lot of people, out there that, like especially with the gang stalking situation. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, the gang stalking situation. Many of them, they come in all kinds. Many of them, they're senior citizens. They'll come with families, and they intimidate you. And many of them, they have no conscience.
Right, that's true.
And one thing that you're talking about, like all the businesses, one thing I've noticed, and you mentioned it on another channel that was shut down. Uh, take for example the businesses. There are millions of businesses just in this country alone.
Right.
I don't know how they exist, whether it's a mom and pop shop or it's a multinational corporation. When it's not economically feasible, how do they have the money just to pay their rent and all their expenses?
Uh-huh.
That's something that beats me. How does that work?
Well,
How do they pay their employees?
well, basically, I'm gonna tell you that in a nutshell. All right, the whole money thing is basically not even real anyway. All money is fiat money. That means ever since the Great Depression, when they had the stock market crash, all money was no longer backed up by gold. So money that we have today is just military backing that makes the money have value. And all of these businesses and corporations that exist today, like you were saying, these multinational corporations like the Kellogg's and the oil companies, they all controlled by the same people. And that's why all of the logos of all of these companies, they have the same colors. Like when you see the fast food chains, most of them have red and yellow, like McDonald's, for instance. The yellow golden arches and the red Hardee's, the yellow and the red, these colors, Burger King, the same colors. The reason why they use all the same colors because they letting you know they're part of the same gang. You know how gangs have like the same colors, like Bloods and Crips? They have like blue rags and red rags. Even on a national level, when you look at the different countries that are like allies to each other, they have the same color flags. Like Great Britain and the United States, they both have red, white, and blue in their flags. Australia, red, white, and blue. Russia, when they was a communist country like China, they had the red and the yellow. And then when they, you know, stopped being communist, they have now red, white, and blue, just like the United States. So that's how you know who is who and what side they're on because of the uniformity in the color system. So I hope I answer your question. Any last thing you want to say? Cause
Yes, very good.
yeah, yeah,
Very good answer.
yeah,
Also, like when you have like the small mom and like the pop shops, how do they have money to just to pay their rent and stuff? I know they print the money out like the Federal Reserve, but I mean, how do they pay the employees? And I think they're covers for something more sinister than that.
yeah, yeah. It gets deep, man. We got other people calling, so thanks for calling and you know, leave your name in the chat so everybody can know who you are.
I appreciate it. Very good. I love your channel.
All right, appreciate you, Jack. All right. All right. We had other people trying to call in. Let's try to keep your questions, narrow it down in a minute or less. Say what you want to say in a minute or less, because a lot of people trying to call. I'm sorry if I couldn't answer right away. All right, we got another person. What up, Jack? Talk to us. Let me ask you a question before you even say anything. Could you hear the previous caller?
Yes, I could.
Does it sound clear?
Yes.
All right, shout out your name and you have a question or you just want to edify the people.
I just want to say something. This is Javon.
Oh, this is Travaris. What up, man? I see you a lot in the chat. What's good, Travaris?
What's good, Jay?
Chilling,
All I
man.
wanted to say is, those of you that's tuning in the left side of the brain, welcome to the best channel on YouTube. Left side of the brain, if it was a shadow of a doubt, the best speaker on YouTube, the best speaker I ever heard in life.
I appreciate that, man.
Knowledge on left side of the brain.
Appreciate that, Travaris, man. You a real one, man. Anything else you want to say?
Thank you. And I just want to ask you, are those the glasses from They Live?
Are these the glasses when they live? You saying does that do?
Yeah.
Are they symbolizing that?
Yeah.
No, no. They look like is it?
And those of you that haven't seen They Live with I advise you to check out. That's the best movie ever. They Live.
Yeah, that is. I saw that movie when I was a kid.
Yeah, and you know, I remember you always said this one ran about money and manipulation. And that money and that movie is for shout out the best movie I've ever seen. They would show you that world ran about money and manipulation.
Violence and manipulation.
Yeah, violence and manipulation.
Yeah. Yeah. You can say these that they live.
Shout out to all the Jays that's tuning in.
Yeah, no doubt, man. All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right, appreciate you, brother. Jaguar out.
All right.
Peace.
You know.
Yep. See, that's a positive brother that called. He mentioned something about the They Live shades. It's funny because now since he said it, they do kind of look like the shades, what's the actor name? That was Rowdy Piper that played in that movie. If you haven't seen They Live, that was Rowdy Rod Piper. Rowdy Piper who played that part. Jaguars up, speak to us. What's popping? What's popping? Word, word. Yeah, what's your name? What's your YouTube name?
Yeah, my name is Ghost Rider Music. That's just my off page, you know that. Ghost Rider Music. KP though, you heard?
All right, word. Where you from, man?
Shit, I'm from Harlem, man, but I live in Georgia right now. You feel me?
Word. Harlem. Okay. Word. I'll be up in New York, man. I'll be up in New York.
I saw your video. I saw your video and all that. You on the train and all that.
Yeah. That was.
I've been watching for a year now. I follow you every day. I watch your videos. I watch Nowhere No More.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I like to do that so I can pick and, you know, I like to listen to the message. You feel me?
Word. I feel you, man.
You know what I mean? But I like what you're doing, man. Keep it up. You know, I agree with a lot of things you say. Just might be things I don't agree with, but I definitely like the message. It's consistent.
Word.
I mean, you're definitely on point. So I just wanted to call and give you my appreciation for passing on the knowledge. And you got a lot of people thinking. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
Man, keep it up, man. God is gonna bless you. You know what I mean? There's nothing to worry about, man. You know what I mean? You sound like a soldier.
Feel you,
You're
man.
a soldier, all right?
Bless you, man. God bless you, man. Anything you want to say to the people?
Say it's profound, you know what I mean? It makes sense. I like it. You know what I mean? So just keep doing what you're doing, man. You got supporters. They might not subscribe. Like me, I ain't subscribed to the channel, you feel me? But I'm with you. Trust me, I'm with you, bro, man.
Go ahead and subscribe, Jack. Go ahead and subscribe to the.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I got you. I'm glad I spoke to you too, you know what I mean? So I got you.
All right.
You know what you're doing, bro. You feel me?
Word. Appreciate you, fam.
All the time, baby.
Word up. Jaguars out, man.
Jaguars up, all day.
Word. One. Yup. Yup.
Call from
Clothing.
Talk to his family. What up? What up? What up?
Oh yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What up, Jack?
Yeah, man, it's Cloven.
Clover E. Okay, we spoke in the comment section before, right?
Yeah, I'm in Toronto.
Okay, yeah, you the one that was in Toronto. I got you. I remember.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. You're a good teacher. You talked about reality and how this thing works with HPVs.
Yeah.
The great falling away and everything, man. I appreciate it. I'm like the Neo. You're like the Morpheus.
Right.
Right now with the glasses.
Right.
This says something with the glasses, man. So like that movie was like based on like the future and what like the internet is going to be all about. And that's like coming to fruition right now. So that's like some like destiny thing. I don't know.
Right.
So I like what you said about the proton belt and how that like I think it was like back in the 2010s. How
Yeah.
it like brought energy and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm more about like the black hole. When
Okay.
it comes to the cosmos.
Right.
It destroys to create and like big bangs and all that stuff.
Right.
So like it's pretty interesting, man. And how about that book, man? Are we gonna get that book possibly this year?
Yeah, the book, most definitely, man. 2020. You know what, man? I'm halfway through the book, but
I'm getting that, man.
yeah. I appreciate that, man. What's the atmosphere like in Ontario?
Toronto, like HPP wise, same thing. Everything's pretty coordinated. Passive aggressive. Like here, it's like that. It's very passive aggressive right now, I would say.
I feel you. Anything you want to say to the people since you got their attention right now?
Just stay strong, build your energy, and just take what you need, and don't let these like codependent HPVs drain your energy. 2020, keep it in. Build yourself. Like 2020 is like a platform. This is it. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say, thank you, that man. I appreciate you, man.
All right, no doubt, Jack. Jaguars out.
See you next time, bro.
All right, no doubt. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, bro.
Yep, one. Wow, this is very positive. Anybody want to call in and tell me about, your experience the past decade, 2019, last year, what you learned from the channel? Let's see what people saying in the chat. Um, Call in. Somebody saying they sent me an email. Call in. Don't worry about them. Call in. Go in your room. Shut the door. Call in. Talk under the pillow. You gotta know how to maneuver around these people. Call in. What up, Kevlar96? I see you in the chat. What up, Young T? Lone Lion, Lone Lion Mills Da Vinci. That was the first caller. Super Ninja Kenny. Cloven E, he just called in. What's up, Cloven? He said he gonna get that book.
accept, press 1.
What up, Jag? We got your attention. Speak to us. Yeah, what's good? Oh, what up, Ninja? What's good, man? We speak all the time. What's good?
What's up, man? So I don't know. I might be my first time calling the same, but I don't count. But probably around that. But yeah,
Let me ask you something. Ken, let me ask you something. Could you hear it? Could you hear the other callers clear?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, but it was kind of going out, but I could still hear,
Okay.
jumping in and out.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so, okay, cool. So, I just call to just edify, just to share information, what I've been, like, thinking, because I pretty much just be in thinking mode, like too much 24/7 isolation mode, like really, like that's how I be, you know. So I just be thinking about life, and you know, and it just came to me like everything, you know, in this world, it has to be active. Everything
Right.
that includes, like the stores. You walk in and out. They need these people to be there, keep this thing running active.
Right.
So you depend on them. You depend on them to go to the store, but if they're not active, then how can you survive? So you need them. So everything got to be active, just like the animals out there in the wild. You know,
Right. Right.
you gotta keep it active. Like a tiger, I think like a tiger, you gotta go, hunt. But even though that's pointless, like the tiger, they just die out. But you're not telling them to wait a minute. While I'm doing this, you just keep on. They gotta eat every day, like hyenas. They gotta go out there and eat every day, but they can stop. So everything can stop. The sharks don't have to go eat other fish. Everything can stop right there. But then everything won't be active. So I get it. Everything on this planet is all about staying active.
Right.
Active. Like when you get up in the morning, you want to go out, eat, do your things, and then come back the next day doing it all over again. You're keeping yourself active. So I understand about this world, about this life. Everything's active, just like you dealing with women. And like me personally, like I don't care because I knew too much. I knew too much. I knew not to slip into like dealing with women. I know not to, come together and have a child. I already know that's it. If I'm not having a child, I don't need no woman. Well, that's me because I got the willpower. I knew too much. I understand that it's temporary pleasures. Just
Right.
injecting myself out of woman. It's temporary. Like a kiss. A kiss. A kiss on the lips. It's temporary. It ain't gonna last long. A hug won't last long. People don't last long. Like everything is temporary.
That's right.
Here today, going tomorrow. So it's just me, but I just got the strong willpower to just turn down women. Like I really don't need nobody in my life because everything is temporary.
That's right.
Like sex, sex you bring in someone, but guess what? It's temporary. So knowing that, okay, I brought the child just because I wanted to get off, and that was temporary, but it's permanent because the child is here. So like temporary turn into a permanent moment. Like you can see like moments, you create moments. This is why I'm cautious. Like getting with a woman, I know if I ever had sex with that woman, it could turn to a bigger moment. Like
Right.
turn that moment to a bigger moment. It's gonna be permanent. And I can't turn back time if the child is here. So so this is why like I just avoid it. I know not to slip into that because they want me to keep the thing going and keep it active.
Yep.
So so it's pointless really. Like people don't understand like this is why like I live a such free life. Like I don't care about, how with a woman, like a woman, to think, you need to be with me, like, how to, like, these dudes get all hit, I guess, hit with his woman. I don't care about that, because I already know at the end of the day, it's all about hers and
Yep.
me. I'm not stressed. I never been stressed. I already know these names. Like, it's pointless. Like, even if you have a child, you don't teach the fact that you're going to die anyway. Like, it doesn't make no sense.
Right.
It doesn't change the fact. Okay, you got a child. That you gonna have a child in the next years. They all gonna die out.
Right.
So it's all about being active in this world. You want everything active. Everything for no reason really, but you're not gonna stop these wars. You're not gonna stop people getting kidnapped. Taking organs, harvesting. They ain't gonna stop none of that. Then you like understand like this world is not a peaceful place, but you got dummies walking around and oblivious to the world. Because like it's easy to walk around and not think about what's going on. Of course, you will be happy if you're not like paying attention to what's around you. of course you will be happy. Like, oh yeah, let's go out, yeah, let's go out and have fun. Knowing that it could be a war anytime, like a bomb, somebody set a bomb somewhere and explode, it's like people die, a mass killing, you know.
That's what up, Super Ninja.
That, man.
I'm gonna cut in because I want other people to call, but when we hang up, I'm gonna expound some more on some of the things what you said. That's some deep stuff, man. Thanks for calling in, Kenny.
And you think that, but for real, like people just don't think about that. Like they so close minded. That's why I really don't like I don't like people. I really don't like many people. I stay in isolation mode. And I don't mind it because my thoughts is there. I'm
Right.
not scared of going out myself, man.
You can't be.
Like a lot of people out here, I know like a lot of people out here, they stay in clouds because that's their comfort. They can't step out.
Right.
Because just like you see a group of people like they tend to like attack someone, like they attack people on the streets, like they gotta stay attached. They can't do it alone. They scared.
Right.
So it's something like that. So they gotta stay attached. And it's a funny thing. Even those group of people, like they come together as a collective, they can measure up to my mind.
Right.
Like by myself. Even my mind is so much stronger than a group of people, man. That's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy. All right, Kenny.
I'm by myself, man.
Hey, I'm gonna expound some more on that, man. Thanks for calling in, man. I really appreciated that, man. That's some powerful stuff you just laid down, man.
Okay, like, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I just I stay thinking, thinking more, that's thinking deep, that's too deep.
Word. What city you calling from? You don't have to tell us. What city you calling from? You don't have to tell us if you. You don't have to tell us if you don't want to. But I was just.
Yeah. I think I told you I'm in Philadelphia. And I say you in my backyard, one in college.
Oh yeah. I was just in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I know. I saw the stream.
Yeah. I was just in Philly, man. Yeah, I'll be up there sometimes, man. Like I'm just put it like this. I'm not far away, man. Just yeah.
Oh, okay. I think you never come to. I mean, I wouldn't mind, like just his meeting.
Yeah.
They go smooth because like I used to like meet a lot of people. Like, because a lot of people are full of BS. Like
Word.
they don't. We're not that genuine.
Word. All right, my man.
Yeah.
Signing out, yo. Appreciate you for calling, man.
Oh, okay, man. That's good, man. It's nice talking.
No doubt, man.
Good.
All right, Kenny, hold it down, man.
Okay.
Jaguars
Okay,
out.
man.
Yep. Yo, that was Super Ninja Kenny. Finally got a chance to talk to the Jag. I know you have seen him in the comment section a lot. Basically what he was saying was basically like the echo chamber of everything that we have spoke about. He was like he don't need women. He already know that this stuff is temporary, man. I agree with everything he said. Like you probably didn't understand everything he said because he talks very fast, but I caught everything that he said. He basically was saying that this life is temporary. He made a good example. He said that a kiss, it's going to be over within a second. Hugging somebody, and I even said on this channel, I was like, relationships have nothing to do with the two sexual partners, the male or the female. A relationship is all about having a baby. That's the purpose of it. That's why nature gave you sexual feelings in the first place, because your sexual feelings are the strongest sensations that a human being has in their physical body. So it's designed that way because nature, it wants you as a man to fall in love with a woman so you can get a woman pregnant, and 9 months later, so a baby can be born. So if two people got together and they never had a baby and they just died and said they was just in love, as far as nature is concerned, and as far as the slave masters of this world is concerned, that relationship was absolutely pointless. It was fruitless because no baby came out of that relationship. And I'm the type that I've never been caught up in that whole relationship thing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said on this channel, a relationship is basically between a male and a female. It's basically you trying to live up in the eyes of the next person. One day you good enough for them, the next day you not. You will never be perfect for somebody in a relationship. Now I'm not anti-relationship. I'm not anti coming together with a female. I'm not anti having sex. I'm not. I have sex. I had sex last night. I don't mind telling you. I mean, I'm saying I fucked a girl last night, but I'm saying I understand not to, you know, I don't fall in love. I stand up in whatever I'm doing. I don't fall for anything. I don't fall in love. I stand up as a man. You see what I'm saying? So I understand exactly what he was saying. Um, it's very true. These temporary feelings can end up being a permanent situation. You see what I'm saying? I'm at the point now I have no business trying to have no baby or any of that. I don't want any children because I know too much information. I always looked at it like this. Why would I want to have a child just so I can teach it to escape the present situation? So why would I bring something into something that it has to escape? You see what I'm saying? Like, why would I want to? If I'm sitting up here telling you how to escape from this realm, why would I bring something in this realm just to grow up, just to grow that thing up and have to tell that thing about the great falling away and the human prison bar realm and what to watch out for? We can avoid all of that by not even participating in it. You see what I'm saying? The human population is not going to die out if one or two people decide not to have children. Trust and believe me, it's a lot of people out here that will continue to have babies, and they're gonna always have people having babies. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else? Any more callers? Any more callers? The lines are still open. Maybe y'all don't know the number. I think Young T, you was asking about the call-in number. Let me put it back in the I guess we'll go about 15 more minutes. 302-803-6918. That's the call-in number. You can talk to Left Side of the Brain live. I know many of you, you've been waiting to talk to me one-on-one. This is your opportunity. This is your big chance. Talk live. If you want to talk to the Jaguars, if you want to say something to me, if you have a question, if you want to edify, Young T, you can call in. The number is 302-803-6918. That's 302-803-6918. You are tuned in now to the greatest show on earth. This is Left Side of the Brain, LSOB, LS, LSOB, LSOTB TV. That's what I meant to say. Call in. Lines are open. Yeah, man, 2020, telling you, we got the book coming out. We got shirts coming out. And we got a caller.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Talk to us, Jack. You live.
Yo, this is Young T.
What's good, Young T? What's up, Jack?
What's good?
What's good?
I want to get into some of this shit that you've been saying on the channel.
All right. Let's go.
So, like, HPBs and shit, it's all about, like, manipulation just so they can siphon off of you and what you got left in you.
Right.
having kids is all bullshit, man. Like you said a minute ago, like being brought up in this shit is just a way to escape. You know what I mean? So what's the point of even being brought up in this shit?
Right. That's true.
But yeah, man, like I be out in public sometimes, man, and you know, like you do, man, in the videos, I just avoid contact, man, everywhere I'm at.
Right.
Because every time I stumble across some shit, man, it's always some altercation, man.
Yeah.
Whether that's just spiritually, you know, impact with eye contact, or that's, you know, physical confrontation.
Right. It's true.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I held my word for quite some time. I don't know what the fuck I was gonna say, but
Right. Where you calling from, Young T?
right on the outskirts of Detroit.
Oh, okay. You out in Detroit, man. How is it up there? How is it out there in Detroit?
Constantly targeted, hypocritical people, man. It's like all these addicts are the same people that want to tell you that, you know, you're negative and shit, man. It's like
Yeah.
you go to support some positive outlook and shit, man, and they fucking ridicule you for it, man.
Right.
It's like, you know, even family and shit, man. Like I go to say some shit like, why don't you go some positive alternatives, man? It's like I get ridiculed and blamed for this shit, and they're habits. You know what I mean? And then like, you know, nobody can be positive when that's not how the shit is. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna be the bigger person. All I'm gonna do is cut the strings with everybody I know. That's what you're supposed to do, man. Like fuck all that shit. Like you know, you can take that off and be the positive person, but until then, you know, I'm not stooping down to that shit, man.
Right. Remember, I said all that morality stuff was meant to be invested into people that's on your level. It's not for everybody, but a lot of times, you know, in this life, we was brainwashed to think that everybody is deserving of, you know, like doing unto others as you would have them to do unto you. We don't teach disrespecting anybody, but we shouldn't be going out our way trying to show all of these good deeds to people. Just like what you're saying is right, man. Like just walking around and being solitude, you know, being in your solitude is nothing wrong with that, man. You avoid a lot of altercations and trouble. And that's what it's all about, man. Yeah. Anything
The
else?
amount of alone time I spend, like I used to have friends, man, but like I remember back in like fucking junior high, like seventh grade and shit. Shit, man, I'm in 11th grade right now, but like I'm not even in school because I was an alternative and I got fucking like I got banned from that shit. Like I'm in the process of trying to get a job and get back in school, so it's kind of like, you know, a situation right now where shit's kind of, you know, hectic.
Oh, you just in the 11th grade?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
17.
Yo, how old?
17.
Man, you on, man. This is good, man. You know, if I had this when I was 17, Jesus Christ, this young T is just 17, y'all. That's
Shit, I've been on this shit my whole life, man. I just haven't brought it out of my lower conscious. You know what I mean?
right.
As I grew older, I kind of like seen and done some shit to where I brought that shit out and I could put it out in words and shit. You know, think about it.
Huh? That's incredible, man. Hey, man, just stay on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you see it amongst your peers, like the you know kids that around your age in school and everything? Deep, deep. I was the same way, man. Yeah, yeah. Hey, man. Only thing I can say, you on the right path. We got other callers, somebody else trying to call in, and appreciate you calling, Jack. Shout us out in the comment section. Like type your name so everybody will know, that you called in and everything.
Oh yeah, man. Much love.
All right. No, Jaguar's up. Thanks for calling in.
See you, bro.
All right, peace out. One.
Call from.
Hi, left side. This is Gary.
To accept, press 1.
What up, Jag? Talk to us. It's the left side of the brain. Everybody hears you. You're alive. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me? You live.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. This is Gary. I subscribed to your channel a couple of years ago, and I really like your content.
Oh, hey, Gary. I know you. Yeah. We spoke a couple times in the comment section.
Yeah, I like what you have to say. The one you made, maybe I misunderstood you. The last one, because the more I pondered and reflected, I realized you're absolutely right, man. You're so spot on about shit that I've been thinking about for years, but I was afraid to tell anybody because they think I was crazy, man.
Right. Which one are you referring to be exact?
It was the one you made when you said you wish they were dead and you didn't care, and I was going, well, I think you're referring to those soulless people, right?
Right.
Not necessarily the average guy, but the soulless, right?
Yeah, when we talking about the soulless, yeah, like I'm not saying to go out and do physical harm to anybody because we are on YouTube and they're looking for the smallest thing to come at us, and you got to be careful about what you say because the government watches everything. That's why I make it known that I don't advocate violence. Everything we speaking about is in a spiritual sense. Like, yes, I want these people to be eradicated. Like, however God got to do it, if he got to send a flood, a tsunami, strike them down with lightning, and I don't have no more pity for these people. And I think that's a part of your soul evolving into a higher, elevation, and it's called righteous indignation. There's nothing wrong with being righteously angry at the evil that you see around you. Because if you don't, you have a problem. Like if you're in a room and it smells bad and then you get used to the odor, no, you don't want to do that. You want to get some spray and spray the odor and kill the odor. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same way with the pollution in the atmosphere and the world around us.
Right.
I don't want these people to continue to remain. They're making it bad for us. Yeah, it's negativity just to see them and why they gotta be in power. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm saying 2020 is the year of no more pity, no more looking back, and like everything I was saying in tonight's live stream. Right, right. So where you calling from, Gary? Washington State? Okay, wow. Never been there before. How is the atmosphere out there as far as, these same experiences about EBs everywhere? They wake up in the morning, the world wakes up doing collectively. We woke up out of our spiritual sleep paralysis